Hello and welcome to the Joy Channel Podcast, a podcast where we discuss shifting perspectives through cultivation of self-love and joy and intuition and patience. That's right, guys. It's time to talk about patience. So, the etymology of patience it comes from Latin. It's to endure, to permit, to allow. Oftentimes, people associate it with the ability to endure suffering, but the way I would like to reframe patience is through the cultivation of trust that everything is working out in its own time. Oftentimes we get impatient when we feel like something's not happening fast enough, or that we worry that it won't happen at all in the way that we would like it to. And there are so many things that we cannot control in life, but we can control always is how we react to those things. So while you're being patient, while you're waiting for the timing to be right, work on yourself, work on other things, work on that part of you that is so desperate to make something happen because you're afraid it's not going to happen. Work on just trusting that everything happens in its own time. You can do it. I believe in you. So many people have... Now, you might be saying, Rome, how am I going to do that? This thing is so overwhelming and it's so, I need it to happen now. I need it to happen. I would encourage you to bring yourself to the present moment and really assess what's going on in your life at this moment. Really acknowledge where you are, acknowledge where you've been, acknowledge where you're going, and think about if you would like to, you can think about the things that have happened previously in your life that perhaps if you had been more patient and hadn't jumped the gun or hadn't pushed through, it would have gone a bit more smoothly, right? So sometimes when we're coming from a place of fear, we become pushy because we're afraid of losing something or of not having something at all or of never getting something. But that's all external. That's all external stuff about like, I want this because then I will feel whole and complete. And I would encourage you to cultivate a practice of feeling whole and complete now, because that's really what's going to help you sail through life. If you're impatient, if you are permitting stress due to something not happening, shift your focus to other things. Shift your focus to what is happening, to what you can be doing, to something different. Whatever it is, it's not going to happen any faster simply because you are stressing about it, you know? In fact, that might delay it. You might take actions that would throw a wrench into whatever proceedings are happening. So perhaps if you can find it in yourself to draw back and reassess your situation, you will see that this impatience and insecurity is not serving you. So, what are we going to do about it, fam? Number one is mindfulness, meditation. Really going inwards to yourself and figure out where this root fear is stemming from. Why are you so afraid that this isn't going to happen? You're saying, I need this, I need this, I need this. Okay. You know, there's not only one way that things will work out, so perhaps you're putting too many eggs into the basket of this scenario. There will be other situations, there will be other job opportunities, there will be other people, there will be other places and things, and you will be just fine. But freaking out over this thing, whatever it is in your life right now that you are impatient about, that's not helpful for you. What can you do? If you're a person who wants to move, but you have to wait a while before you can leave the house you're in, clear your space. Let go of some weight that you've been carrying. Old clothing, donate it. Old CDs, DVDs, donate them. Any possessions that are not serving you, ask yourself, does this bring me joy? Is this helping me on my journey? Is this something that I'm super attached to that perhaps I can now let go of because I don't need it to feel whole and complete? And that's another thing to meditate on, your wholeness and completeness. No one on the planet has ever added value to themselves with an external component. No amount of money or gold will make a person better than another person. No amount of square footage in your house will make you a better person than anyone else. So really look at it in the terms of what are you chasing? Sometimes people get frustrated because they are on a path where they want to help a lot of people. They so want to help people that they are pushing before they're actually in a place and ready to be showing up as their most helpful version of themselves. So the most whole and complete version of themselves. And I know we've talked about this before, but when you are not showing up as the best version of you, you're not truly helping others in the way that you could be, because you're not helping yourself in the best way that you could be. So cultivate your practice of self-care and self-love. Show up for yourself. Focus on your development. Focus on letting go of whatever these insecurities are that have been brought up for you that are leading to your impatience. Oftentimes, impatience comes from a lack mentality, where you might be coming from a place of, I don't have enough time, I don't have enough money, I don't have enough energy. This needs to happen now because I am freaking out because I don't have these things. When you are saying, I don't have these things, that is what you are sending out into the world. So try and adjust that. Take stock of what you have and work with it. What do you have as a person internally? Your qualities, your best characteristics, the things that you bring to a team or table, and then recite those qualities to yourself over and over again to build up your trust in yourself and your trust in your ability to handle whatever comes your way. When whatever it is that you've been waiting for happens, you're going to be able to handle it and you will be ready. But until it actually happens, there's not much to do. So why focus on it? Focus on something else. It'll still happen. And if you're kind of grinding and pushing and grinding and trying to get through something and it's not working, walk away from it for a bit. Shift tracks. Focus on something else. If you're focusing on something so much that you're saying, this isn't happening, that's really the place that you're operating from then. And that's not helpful. So really what we're going to do is help soothe that insecurity. You can do meditation, you can do affirmations, you can write lists, you can write your gratitude lists for the things that you're grateful for. You can do any number of things. You can go for a hike, you can take up walking around the woods or your neighborhood. You can, basically just shift focus to whatever it is that's going to bring you joy and peace of mind and is going to make you feel really good and not think about this thing that you're obsessed with. So, without further ado, let's meditate a little bit. We're going to do some just mindfulness stuff and some affirmations, of course. So, take a deep breath and exhale. Take a deep breath. Breathe a lot of love in and exhale. Take a deep breath. Breathe a lot of love and kindness for yourself and your body into every cell. And exhale. In your mind, visualize the brightest light possible. And as you breathe, it gets brighter and brighter still, flowing through everything around you, flowing through you, saturating your cells, saturating your space, filling up the entirety of the world. And bring it back into your body, soaking it in, basking in it. And repeat, I am here. I am present. I am fully present to the moment. I am patient. I trust that everything is working out best case scenario. I am so happy and grateful that everything is working out best case scenario. I am always in the right place at the right time. I am always in the right place at the right time. I am always meeting the right people at the right time. I am always on my path. I know that this path I am on, this journey, is unique unto itself, and that I am always in the right place at the right time. Take a deep breath. Breathe a lot of light in, breathe a lot of light out. And once more affirm, I am whole, I am complete, and I am here. This has been the Joy Channel Podcast. Thank you very much for listening. If you would like to become a supporter on Patreon, it is patreon.com/joychannelpodcast. There are lovely affirmation recordings and meditations and motivational materials to get some pep in your step. Please share with whomever you feel could use this. Don't forget to rate and review if you're listening on Apple Podcasts. If you would like to follow me on social media, my Instagram is @joychannelpodcast. I'm also on Facebook @joychannelpodcast. And you can email me through joychannelpodcast@gmail.com. If you would like to donate to my Patreon, it is patreon.com/joychannelpodcast. And on Anchor, it is anchor.fm/joychannelpodcast. I hope you have an absolutely amazing week. Bye now.